Guys, today I am going to be sharing with you my summer TBR. So let's just quickly whiz through the carryovers and the remaining from the spring TBR. So I've got The Conference of the Birds by Ransom Riggs. I'm not going to talk about these really at all. Giovanna and Tom Fletcher's The Evolution, which is the sequel to The Eve of Man, and Children of Blood and Bone, which I'm actually, oh my god, Elsa, just barged through, okay, which I'm actually currently reading. I am nearly halfway through, so that is going strong. I'm doing a reading vlog for this. If you're interested, keep an eye out for that. And then the carryovers from my specific spring TBR are A Tangle of Spells by Michelle Harrison, which is the third book in the A Pinch of Magic adventure, which I'm also currently reading. I'm about a third of the way through and also enjoying this too. And Red at the Bone by Jacqueline Woodson, which I have not yet started but spoken about before in the past. Then a specific June TBR, I don't want to linger here too much because I added this on to my May wrap up, but it is Read Caribbean month throughout the whole of June, and the two books in specific that I want to get to is Clap When You Land by Elizabeth Acevedo and Love After Love by Ingrid Persaud. Just briefly about these, this is about two sisters who find out about each other, I believe, after their dad passes away in a horrible plane accident. At the beginning it's told to you in the synopsis, and they're like estranged sisters. He has two separate families, one in New York and one in the Dominican Republic, I think. Yeah, and it's kind of like the events after that, and this is told in verse. And Love After Love is about a sort of found family, I think. It's a son and mother and a neighbour that all live together, and I think I was watching a live recently and I think someone sort of spoiled it, so it seems like it might be a murder mystery, but I don't want to tell you who is hurt or injured or whatever or murdered, because I didn't want to know that. But yes, this one I'm hoping to get to as well for June specifically. Then for my buddy reads for June specifically as well, I have 12 Years a Slave, which I'm going to be reading with Gemma from Read a Book Gem. This one is a true life story. It's by Solomon Northup, and I've been putting this off for so long. It's on one of my classics that I want to read book videos, and this is about a successful violinist who is kidnapped and sold into slavery. He's taken from his family in New York State and forced to work on the cotton plantations in the deep south. He spends the next 12 years in captivity until his eventual escape. I want to watch the movie after this as well, but I think I'm at the place now where I can read this and kind of get what I need from it. And I'm also doing another buddy read, continuing the Land of Stories books with Kat from Kat's Reading Corner, and that's the second one for this time. This is The Enchantress Returns, and obviously I don't want to give you the back of this one because it will spoil this book story, but we're following twins Alex and Connor, who have fallen into a magical fairy tale book, a book that they were read to all the time as children, like as little kids, and now they're just becoming to understand that it may not be all just stories and myths and legends, and they've got to find their way back home. Okay, so for the rest of the summer, these are the books I'm hoping to dip into. So I have Beach Read by Emily Henry. I've been wanting to read that every summer since I got the NetGalley arc. It hasn't happened yet, so I'm hoping this year is the year. From what I remember about the plot of this one, I believe there's two authors who go to this, like, not retreat, but like a mental break for them, because they're both having a bit of writer's block, and they write complete different genres. One writes romance and one writes I think mystery and crime and thriller, and I think they've got a past together, they know each other, and they decide to swap stories and kind of help each other out. And I don't know if there's a rivalry, I don't know how this romance kind of blossoms, but it's a romance book, so I'm sure something's going to happen. I also have Heartstopper TBR Volume 4 by Alice Oseman. This is the current one, up to date. I cannot wait for the TV show. Absolutely love this series so far. We're following Nick and Charlie and their lovely relationship, and it also has some deeper topics as well. I think Volume 3 specifically had some things that I wasn't expecting it to talk about, and really enjoyed that, so hoping to continue loving this. Then because Kat and myself are reading The Land of Stories every month, this should take us to these next 2 books, I think. I think this brings us up to August. So we have, oh, the characters look completely different here. Okay. We have book 3, which is A Grim Warning, and book 4, which is Beyond the Kingdoms. I'd also like to read the last book on my classics list to get to, and that is Beowulf by Seamus Heaney. I still don't really know exactly what this is about, but it is like an epic kind of poem, so we shall see. Then I have With Fire and High by Elizabeth Acevedo. This is the second book by her that I have in this TBR. So yes, Imoni wants to be a chef more than anything, but having a 2-year-old daughter and being 17 and still at school isn't exactly making life easy. The one place she can let everything go is in the kitchen, where she has magical hands. We put up extraordinary food, beloved by everyone from her grandmother to her best friend Angelica. Imoni knows though that there are rules she has to play by, and yet once she gets cooking, her passion to feed will nourish her soul and dreams too. With the fire on high, anything is possible. Very excited to get to this. I think it's going to be quite wholesome. And lastly, the other book that I want to focus on for the summer is Assassination Classroom Volume 3. I've really been enjoying the prior 2 volumes that I picked up in May, and I just want to continue it on. We're basically following this really kooky story actually. There's this alien character who has destroyed the moon pretty much, and he's threatening to do that to Earth in 1 year's time, but he's giving this random class of students the opportunity to kill him whilst he teaches them. So yeah, it's a really weird, bizarre story, but I'm liking it so far. And those are the books that I'm hoping to get to in the long term of summer, like specifically for this month June, which I've already cracked into. Hopefully by the time this goes up we'll have finished some, and then for the longer term of just summer in general. So let me know what's on your summer TBR, what books you're planning to read, if you've read any of the books that I mentioned here today, what you thought about them, any recommendations. You guys know the drill, and I will speak to you in another video soon. Bye.